The last time I felt like this, let me just swing that round so it looks a bit better for you. The last time I felt like this was in 2021 when, after a few people had told me about it, they invited me to Clubhouse. Well, that's not it. This time, 4 days ago, I decided to be active on school, kind of join it, be active on it. Why do I say that? A past client had already told me about school, and they were one of my clients, and they ran a couple of their programs via school. So as I was project managing some of their work, I decided to join so that I could project manage their groups. I didn't do anything else with it. I loved how they set up their group. I loved what they were doing there. It was only recently, of course, when Alex Hormozy did his last book launch. That would be July 2025, because I don't know how long this video will be up here for. And he talked about school, he talked about a lot of things, and in all honesty, I watched the first hour of the book launch because I was going out for dinner with my man. So that's what I did. I watched the first hour, loved what he did, loved that he was breaking records. And it's interesting from a visibility perspective. I just want to say this: when you have somebody who is putting themselves out there publicly, it's always of interest to me how that person is perceived. You know, some people will love them, some people will not love them so much. This is not the first time in history that it's happened. So when I got an email inviting me to join school and to take part in the free trial and everything else, I said, yes, I'll do that in a couple of days, shiny object and all of that kind of stuff. And I just kind of left it at that until Friday the 22nd of August. I decided to jump in and join school. Now, why did I talk about Clubhouse right at the beginning of this? I remember back in 2021 when I joined Clubhouse, I believe it was in the December, and you know that feeling when you go on a new platform where you just don't know how it all works. You don't know what to do, you don't know how to operate it, you don't know how to leverage it. Now, I specialise in the act of being visible, i.e. your ability to be visible, your ability to be seen. It could be from a page, so something that you've written, maybe a book, maybe a social media post. It could be a stage, so you're either speaking or presenting, publicly speaking or presenting, or it could be from a screen, so you're hosting a masterclass, running a webinar, doing a video, live streaming, that kind of stuff. Even running your own online event, which I've been doing since 2014. So I appreciate the nuances of the act of you being visible, you being seen. This is not about me mastering a platform so that I can then tell you that I'm the expert of it. Because in fact, I started doing this work, showing people how to be visible even before they got on social media. So the social media bit isn't the thing. Anyway, Friday the 22nd of August, I joined because I didn't want the time to lapse. And I'll probably share more as I go through this, but I live with with chronic pain. It's not all the time, but I live with a condition that I'd had quite a few years ago, and it seemed to disappear, then came back with a vengeance in the last 12 months. So there are days where I have to manage my pain through painkillers, and if I don't get to the pain or get in front of the pain, then there's kind of like a pushing water uphill thing going on. Taking the painkillers, waiting about 3 hours for them to drop in and work. This will normally last for about kind of anything up to a week. And then as I come out of that time, then I'm hit with normally 3 or 4 days of extreme fatigue. I say extreme, I've always been a person that's full of energy. It's not a good look on me when I just feel like all I want to do is sleep. But the problem is when I get extreme fatigue, I cannot string a sentence together. I can't get my words out. And if you read anything that I type, it just looks like a jumble of words, a jumble of letters. So on the Friday I joined and I took it easy. The first thing I did was invited some of my community through Facebook actually to join me on school, and I asked who else was on there, and one person put a link to their group, so I joined it. You'll be able to see of the communities that I'm part of. I joined their group and they had a meetup, so they're using the calendar function on here. They had an online meetup on Sunday. As I was feeling a lot better, pain-free, thank goodness, I was able to meet some members of their community. And then after that, with a little bit of energy left, it was waning, but I decided just to get to grips with the thing. So since Sunday and today, at the time that I'm making this video to post on here is now Tuesday, I have gone through some of the modules, looked at how it works, looked at the instructions from school of how to invite people. It's kind of marketing, but it's slightly nuanced. So I've been doing that. So the reason why this video is so long today, that I only want these really to be like a 90-second update, is because I'm covering Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, kind of effectively my 5th day here on the platform. So I'll do another quick Tuesday one and let you know some more. That's it. Bye for now.